What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the MF podcast. My guest today is Brogan James, aka Livewire, aka live from the Southside.
Yeah, man, live from the Southside.
Live from
Yeah,
the
that's
Southside.
the
Brogan is a veteran rapper based in the Newport area,
thank you, man.
but has performed all over the UK. You've released a range of songs. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Brogan's career, the events that he's had in his life, and the lessons that he's learned from it, and the kind of his message about who he is and where he's going. So yeah, let's jump into it. Brogan,
Hey, nice to see you, man.
what's good, bro? What's
Yeah,
good?
sick. I've been looking forward to doing this, bro, because I feel like a lot of people know my music, but they don't really get to see more me and what goes on behind the scenes and stuff, man. So
Yeah.
it's nice to. I've been wanting to do a podcast for ages, bro.
I've been wanting you to do a podcast for ages, bro. Like I'm always messaging you with stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you chased me up. Like I thought, you know what? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Like he's on point. Let's get him on board.
Nah, sick, man. Thank you for having me anyway, bro, because I'm looking forward to this.
Cool. How's life at the moment? Because we have a personal friendship.
Yeah.
So I know you off camera. You know, we've known each other for about going on 10 years now.
Yeah, maybe more.
Long,
maybe plus.
really, really long time. So I remember you from way back in your early teenage days. And again, all I remember you as was this fire spitting MC who didn't miss a beat, and every opportunity wanted the microphone in his hand.
Well, in terms of like life at the moment, I think I'm just sort of I've done a lot of moving about over the last few years.
A
So
lot,
I'm just
yeah,
a hell of a
yeah.
lot, man. I've been back and forth valleys, back and forth here, there, and everywhere. Like ever since my son was born, really. Yeah, I've been here, there, and everywhere. So at the moment, in terms of life, I'm just kind of finding my feet again, getting back. Like I've just been getting stability
Stability,
for
yeah,
for a
okay,
while.
okay.
But now I'm stable. I'm doing like a few more bookings and things. I've been trying to get in studio a bit more, and just trying to get back into the swing of life and bouncing back from setbacks.
Stability,
Yeah, man.
stabilizing and finding out who you are. I mean, obviously, knowing you personally, it is. I find it difficult anytime I know a friend is going through a difficult situation, and it's no different for yourself, bro. Especially because of the sheer amount of talent that you have, and the popularity as well, man.
Brothers.
You know,
That's the saddest thing about it, man. Where I've had to take so many breaks due to like life problems and stuff.
yeah.
It just makes the music so much harder to chase sometimes. And for a long period of time, I've been questioning whether music's been what I want. But then at the same time, I think I haven't put all these years into this. It must
Yeah.
clearly be what I want for
Yeah.
me to have, like, from school, bro. I used to be naughty at school. I tell you straight, I was one of the naughty kids, bro. But it was because in my head, I always knew I wanted to be an artist, and they weren't really, besides music lessons when they might teach you to play piano or something, they was never really teaching me what I wanted to be. So I
Okay.
just sort of fell off in school.
So right. So let's go all the way back to the beginning then, and kind of map out your life, your career, you as a person. How young were you when you literally? What is the earliest beginning that you can remember of your music career?
Being 6 years old, clashing my brother, man. I tell you,
Joe,
basically,
yeah,
yeah.
Joe,
So my
yeah.
brother, a lot of people in Newport might know him as Breezer. He was quite a fairly established artist, I would say, back in the day in
Oh
Wales.
yeah, very renowned. Yeah.
And yeah, I grew up on like Smokey's TV on his phone on Nokia 3310s or whatever. We was watching them, but back then, like I was about 6, and like I was watching all the clashes with like TN and Quest and like all these type of things back then, and then seeing my brother get involved with Smokey's TV and all. And I think the first memory I have is clashing my brother. I was about 6 years old out in the street, and it's like bare people around, and they're like, "Oh, spit a bar, spit a bar." And that was the first memory I had of actually spitting bars. But in terms of recording and stuff, I was about 11 10, 11 the first time I went into studio, I think.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember where your first studio was?
Yeah, Jamie Winchester's. But at the time he was in the Riverfront.
He would have been based in the
Yeah, he was
Riverfront,
based in
yeah.
the
Big
Riverfront
up
at the time.
Winchy. I've asked him to come on the show, right? And he's been the only person that said, "Oh, when you get a bit bigger, I'll hit me up
I
again."
appreciate that.
Yeah, no,
I rate it, man.
that's sound,
No,
bro.
I rate
Honestly,
it.
man, like I love Winchy. He I had him as a university lecturer for one lesson, and we like literally the five of us we sat around and we watched Winchy put a beat together
Yeah,
from
from
nothing
nothing.
in minutes, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's
he's
there.
a talent, man.
Big up Winchy.
See what I love about Jamie? Even when I was working in a studio myself, I I would love to go to Jamie just for the sheer knowledge of
Knowledge,
you can just
yeah,
leave your song in his
yeah,
hands.
yeah.
I know I could trust Jamie I could leave my song with him because he knows my sound so well after years and years of working with
Yeah.
him. I could say, right, James, I'm popping to do a shop a minute. I'll be back in half
And when you come
I
back,
come
he's
back,
made
my song's done.
yeah, of course, yeah.
It's very rare that
Yeah.
I'll have to tweak things and say, oh, can we do this? There's always odd little tweaks anyway. But in terms of like on a whole, like for my project, very rare I have to do a lot to it.
Okay,
Like I
right.
can go
So
back and
yeah, so
Jamie's the guy, man.
just a big up. So that was Jamie Winchester at Play It Loud Studios.
Big up, James.
Where's he based? You know, I started into his new
It's
studio.
under St. Joe's Boxing Gym. So you
Pill?
know, yeah, Pill. It's literally underneath it.
How'd you get in?
It's a back way. You go for, you go for a back way. There's this door. It's like something out of Lord of the Rings, man. It's like a hobbit hole, bro. I swear. The door's like half the size of a
'cause I was
regular
thinking,
human.
I filmed in St. Joseph's, and I know you're going through the front door, and then you either
Yeah.
go to the left or you go upstairs.
Yeah, well,
did-
it's downstairs where all the changing rooms are downstairs and
Oh,
showers
right,
or
okay.
whatever. There's like a door that leads into his booth.
I bet that's amazing.
Yeah, the engineer room. If you want to get in like to through the normal studio entrance, yeah, you gotta go around the back and through this like little hobbit hole, man.
Yeah, big
It's
up
tiny.
Jamie. Big up Jamie. Okay, all right. So 6 years old, battling your brother. 11 years old, going in the studio.
Yeah.
First performance.
First performance. Well, funnily enough, this kind of stemmed from a studio session. So we all done a tune in Jamie's at the time under Urban Circle.
Okay. Big up
And
UC. Yep.
guy who was running Urban Circle at the time managed to he heard my verse and he said, listen, later on pop over into Urban Circle and we'll have a chat. And then
Yeah.
from there, I think it was Pill Carnival. I think
Oh,
Pill
okay.
Carnival might have been my first
Yeah.
performance back in about 2012, I think.
Oh my
I think
days.
it was 2012 Pill Carnival. as far
Such a
as I
long
can
time
remember.
ago.
They didn't even do Pill Carnival this year, did they?
You know what? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't
No,
tell
they
you.
didn't. I don't know why.
Have we even had Pill Carnival this year yet?
No, this one. Oh,
Do you mean last year?
year's one.
Last year,
Sorry,
right? Okay,
my
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Okay,
last
yeah.
year's. I don't think they done it.
You know what?
As far as I know, I don't know why. If anyone knows,
I'm really bad at this. Like I find out things have happened days after they've
after
happened.
they've happened.
And I'm like, oh, so that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you if they were
but
were
as
there
far as I know,
last
'cause
year.
it's been an every year thing. So if anyone knows, let us know. I'd like to know as
Yeah.
to why they didn't do it this year. Maybe funding. It could be anything. Man.
You know what? Funding is so like obviously we've in the past week alone, right? We've lost Tiny Rebel Bar.
Yeah, I
Right?
know.
We've lost Bar Amber.
Bar Amber's gone.
Bar
I didn't know
Amber's
that.
gone. They've shut down, bro. And we've lost. I think we've lost the pod over the bridge just opposite.
That seems to have been quiet lately. I
Yeah,
haven't seen
man.
much life going on over there. I think that's probably due to like the Bar and Bougie and stuff being over there now. Maybe the
Bar and Bougie's
Riverside.
killing it, bro.
The
Like,
Riverside Bar and Bougie's
it's-
killing it.
yeah, I know Rabs. We
Yeah,
we
shout
went
out
there for the
Rabby,
M
man.
dot event the other night.
Yeah. I wanted to go, man, but at the same time, I'm trying to keep myself away from. I don't want to be out in public too much at the moment.
Why?
Not so much for networking things. That's probably when I should have went to. But I find like you don't find artists out every weekend in their local clubs and all. Like, I'm trying to stay away from the club life a little bit. Like,
I get you.
I
Yeah,
wanna,
yeah. Protect yourself.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I want to
okay.
start to come out and it'd be a bit more of a surprise when I rock up on stage and stuff, man. It's like,
Okay.
oh, like,
Yeah.
right,
Okay.
yo.
Creating the demand.
Yeah,
The
almost that, like,
exclusivity. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
So,
Cool.
yeah,
All right.
trying to not turn up to as much.
You said you were a bit of a naughty kid in school, right? Were you in what set were you in? Were you in like?
I was in. Do you know what? I was in really good sets in school.
This is what I'm saying,
I wasn't
because
stupid, man.
I was quite naughty in school as well, mine. Like
Yeah.
I brought firecrackers into school. I used to chase sheep.
Bro, I've broke teachers' noses and all sorts, bro.
Oh my
I did
days.
stupid
Oh
things,
my
man, when I
days.
was younger. I got put in a one-to-one with just me and a teacher because I wasn't allowed around kids, bro. Yeah, I was ruthless when I was younger.
Are you able to kind of look back and see where that kind of behavior came from? Like
Yeah,
where
man. So growing up, I'm ginger, bro. I got bullied, man. I tell you straight. Yeah, I got bullied growing up. So
Okay.
it sort of sent me. I got to a point where I was like, yo, I ain't having this no more.
Yeah.
And it made me become a bully. Not like so much a bully, because I hate
Yeah,
bully,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
But
Not bully, but like
it
bully the
made me,
bullies. Yeah,
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 it
yeah.
made me sort of go around like with this not give a toss attitude sort of thing. And I thought, yo, I'm gonna like anytime people start on me in future now and try to bully me, I'm just gonna stick it on you. And then, but that when it went from that to then I'd argue with teachers, and then it got to a point where
It
it's
escalated and
escalated, and
yeah,
it got to a point
okay.
where I'd argue and beef with anyone over anything. And I think having the music thing at the same time throughout school as well, I already had a bit of a reputation for music,
Okay.
and there
So
was a lot of like
was it the
clashing with.
association?
Yeah, it was like I don't know, man. I felt like I had a reputation to live up to,
Okay,
sort of thing,
okay. Yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
well as the being bullied thing, and thinking, oh, I'm not dealing with
Don't
this.
be disrespected. Stand
Yeah,
up for who you are. Yeah,
yeah,
okay. So, well, it's quite interesting that you're able to identify that because you were getting grief on who you
yeah,
were as a person, because
yeah.
you were getting bullied as a person,
And at the time,
you
music
acted
wasn't
out.
cool either, so that was another reason. It was sort of people were sort of like, thought, oh no, he's never gonna blow up. Now anyone can
Okay.
be a
Yeah,
rapper, but at the
yeah,
time,
bro.
it was like, oh, you're you wishful thinker, like type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So that knowledge that you have as being able to identify where your issues came from, is that something that you apply as a father?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. As a father, I feel like with my son, I don't want him to get bullied because he's very placid. My son, he's very like
It seems
someone
like a
could.
nice kid.
I
Yeah,
like I take him
yeah.
to play centers and stuff, and I can see kids bully him, and he'll just look at me like that. Like
Step
he
in.
don't want to
Yeah.
say anything, but
Okay,
like
okay.
at the same time, I try and tell him, I'm like, listen, if kids are gonna hit you, hit them back, man. I
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
don't ever start problems with people. Don't go out your way looking for trouble, because that's something I done as a kid, like growing up, and then didn't do me any favors. So I tell him never go looking for trouble, but at the same
But
time,
yeah, don't let
know
it
when
don't
to
don't let it
stand
come
up
to
for
you.
yourself.
Yeah,
Don't be a
yeah, yeah.
pushover, innit? Like button up, man.
I'm looking forward to being a dad. Like I'm
Oh,
not expecting
bro,
any kids. I'm not
as much
expecting,
as I
but
love it, it's tiring,
any
bro.
women that are ready to settle down, let me know. Let's. I've got a podcast. I'm a
I've got a
big time
pod.
photographer. I'll
He's a no
provide.
face, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it, bro. And so when I see people, my own age and my peers and my
Yeah,
friends, and they're becoming adults, but they're also having their own careers and personal lives as
yeah.
well. It inspires me and it fascinates me. And there was one picture of you and your boy that I seen. I can't remember where I saw it. It was you and him, and I think it was a, a bench or something. Like you were both on a bench in a park. I think it was. I don't know, but all I remember is his face was beaming. He was
Yeah.
so happy, and you were happy,
Yeah,
bro.
it's because do you know what?
Yo,
I try to make life with my son as fun as possible, man. Because growing up, I didn't know my dad until I was like 16, or I did for a brief period, but I was too young to remember.
yeah.
So then, until I was like 16, I never had any contact with my father whatsoever, and it caused me to like sort of blame him for a lot of things. I think at the same time, though, it's life, innit? People do wrong. I don't blame him for doing wrong. He done a lot of things. But then we're humans, we make mistakes, and I've probably made mistakes as a father myself, but
That's a
it's
really
made
mature
me
approach to it, bro.
it's made me now being a father, want every moment that I do have with him to be as fun and as
Perfect.
memorable as
Yeah,
possible, just
yeah,
in case
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
time when maybe he doesn't see me. Like I might like for all I know I could die young. You never know. You don't know what's in store for you in life.
I had some news from my mother recently. Like we've been estranged for quite some time, and
Mm,
it's been a really really difficult relationship between us both. Like she kicked me out at 19, kicked me out at 20, kicked me out at
yeah.
22, and then kicked me out at 22 again. And every single time I got kicked out, my life just hit the ground.
I know that
And
feeling. I've been homeless myself, bro.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
something a lot of people don't know about me, actually.
Well, yeah,
Strange fact.
this is why I do the podcast to let people tell their side of the story. And I've had some news recently from my mother. And she's in the clear, but it shocked me to the point where I was like, look, I need to visit her. I need to check in.
Yeah.
And so I went to see her last night. And
Ah,
it was
good, man.
weird, man. We were talking about like inheritances and stuff, and like what we expect from life. Again, the one thing that I said is I said all I want is for you to stay alive long enough for me to make you a grandmother.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, see, no, that was always a thing
yeah,
for me as
I'm not
well.
gonna tear up and start crying on my fucking podcast. Like, forget that. It's not happening, bro. No one's gonna see me cry on here unless it's like,
But nah, it's just serious. Life's real, man. And sometimes you think, yo, I gotta do stuff like, oh, there's those things like I lost my grandmother, and I remember at the time,
recently,
yeah, I
yeah.
lost one recently, and I lost one a few years back, and I was actually diagnosed with PTSD because I found her dead. My one nan, yeah, man. And it was quite a traumatizing thing in my life. That caused a big problem with my music. As I took a big time out because my head was all over the shop, man. It was, I get like very real flashbacks from it.
I'm
Which is
very
quite
sorry to
mad.
hear that, bro.
But
That's
it's all right, man. It's all right. It's something I'm learning to cope with at the moment. I've started seeing doctors, getting into counselling and stuff, because for years I just put it off, and I didn't realize it was
suppressed.
as big of an
You don't
issue in
face
my
it.
life as it was.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
one thing
yeah.
that always used to gut me and make me upset was because she lived with me my whole life as well, because she was deaf and dumb, just fully
Yeah,
disabled, like,
yeah, yeah,
pretty
of
much.
course, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, one thing that used to gut me was having my son and thinking, "Oh, I would have loved my nan to have seen these memories
Yeah,
and
yeah,
this, that, and the other." But yeah, so it's something that I can understand why you could get, well, I
yeah.
don't know, because it's,
Make the most of what you've got while you've
yeah,
got
while you've
it.
got it, man. Because at the time where she was disabled and stuff as well, it was hard work sometimes, and there would be times when I said things I didn't mean, and now I
I
highly
know. Yeah,
regret them, bro.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, for anyone out there, make the most of what you've got while you've got it, because when it's gone, then everything just,
Well, it's like you said, regrets, and
yeah,
I seldom I'm not a fan of having regrets, so I try to say things to people when I can,
yeah,
and I try to do things with people when I can, and so there's a lot of people in my life who they are coming to the end of their lives,
yeah,
and I have no regrets because I've spent good time with them. But my mother, it is one of those relationships that I'm not ready to kind of
yeah.
draw to a
Part with,
close.
yeah, of course, man.
I thought I was, but again, it's just as you get older,
That's,
you
yeah.
reflect. How old is your son now?
My son is coming up 4 this year.
So you've been a father since the age of
I'm
19,
24 now. 24 now. So yeah,
twenty.
I think I found out when I was 19. Like, she was pregnant when I was 19, and then I think I had him at 20, as
Okay.
far as I know.
Okay, so technically a teenage dad?
Technically, yeah, sort of.
Okay.
I was the
It
first out of all my mum's kids as well, and I'm the one of the younger boys, so I'm the
okay.
youngest boy actually out of my mum's kids. So I was the first to make her a grandmother.
Wow, nicely done. Well done, mate. So
Uh,
being a father, dealing with issues in your life,
mm,
also being a very popular, talented rapper from the area,
yeah,
how do you manage those?
with great difficulty, bro.
Okay, okay.
It's hard, man. But it's learning to make time for set things. So that can be really hard as well. Like, it's not easy. I tell you, I struggle with it. It's
So
not.
so do you have to commit time to certain things? Do you have to
Yeah,
tell yourself
100%.
I'm not
Well, I try to commit at least like 2 hours a day to write in music. I try to write at least one song a day,
okay.
because before I was on, when I had nothing really going on, I was on form writing 4 or 5 songs a
Yeah,
day type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
now I try to at least tell myself I want at least a hook and a first verse
Okay.
every day without fail. So that's something I try to do every day.
Could you talk us through the process? Like what do you have a special spot that you sit in? Do you have a special
Do you know
pen?
what? My favorite thing to do is I go over by the river in town sometimes. I'll sit there at night.
Which side? MP19 or MP20?
MP20 size, 20 gang.
Good choice.
Come on.
Good choice.
Nah, but yeah. But yeah, nah. I usually go over like Shaftesbury Park or something.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
every night, but there's nights when I'll go over there. I sit, embrace just the peace and quiet of
Next
the
to the
river
river,
and stuff.
bro. I
Yeah,
get
man.
it. I used
I
to
like the
yeah.
river. I don't know why. Maybe it's got something to do with flow.
I was
So
g-
it's
it's
something.
it is moving water. They
Yeah,
say that moving water, whether it's rain, whether it's a river, whether it's the sea, is supposed to create like a white noise, kind of like chill you out
yeah.
effect.
I love moving water. Funnily enough, last night I slept with the window open just to listen to the rain. I turned off all my devices. I never do this either. I am a idiot for going to sleep and leaving the TV on, man. I'm the
yeah,
worst for
yeah,
that, bro.
yeah.
But
Proper
yeah,
proper Zen moment,
last night
like
for some reason I just had it come over me. I heard the rain outside. I thought, "Yo, this thing's nice, man."
yeah,
I just turned off
appreciate it,
all
man.
my
Yeah.
devices and just embraced it. But yeah, usually so it'd be like by the river. I might sit and write, or I find at bedtime I can like it's because that's sort of my wind down time. I think
Okay.
that after a busy day, like at work and stuff. So
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
after a busy day, when I'm winding down, I might start getting a bit creative. Then I'll be flicking through YouTube and I might hear a song and I think, oh, yo, I want to write something like that style. Like I could be inspired by the most random things, bro. Honestly, the most
Okay.
stupid things. Sometimes I'll look at a word on the back of a DVD cover and I think, yo, that's a word. I
And
like
you just
that.
it starts coming
Then
to
I'll
you,
just
is it?
I'll write it in my notes, bro. There's so many just one word notes I've got
Good.
where
Yeah.
like
Okay.
I'll see a word and I think, yo, I've never used that in a lyric before. And
Okay.
then it could stem from that, or I could see something like I've just looked up for breeze over there, and it's just like
Yeah,
it could
yeah,
be
yeah.
something that easy, man. But yeah. So it all depends on the scenario, I think, in terms of like where I go to be creative.
Okay. And so what talk us through the process of taking it from writing a song to recording a song.
Recording a song. Okay,
Take us
so
because we obviously
right, my
we've discussed this off camera a little
yeah,
bit. We've like I said, we've known each other for a while. I was prepared to put money into a beat for you,
yeah.
and it just
It
like
was
life happened, bro.
language barrier.
Yeah.
That was
Oh my.
probably the
Oh my.
hardest part
Yeah. Okay.
about it, bro. I can't lie.
We had to try and. Do you want to tell it? We.
Yeah, so basically I wrote a song called Cold, and I went through a bit of a mad time in my life. I was homeless at the time, sleeping in a tent.
Amazing song.
Bit mad, man.
Amazing
Yeah, and
song.
so I really went into a dark place to write that song, man, because it was so real to me at the
Yeah.
time. But having said that, yeah, so we wanted to get a beat because I wanted to do it properly. It's probably my favorite piece of music I've wrote to date, I would say. So it was a case of I want to do it properly. Like when it comes to releasing it, I'm still gonna do it properly as well. I'm gonna do a
Mm.
big release for it at some
Yeah.
point soon. It's just working out whether I'm gonna still use the same instrumental or
Really.
whether we're gonna try and maybe get someone to recreate it. I'm thinking and just
I know it's a bit unethical, but I think you should get someone to
it's
recreate
because
it.
it's such a it's my favorite piece. I've been
And
writing music for 10 plus years, and
yeah,
that's to this day is my all time
I
favorite
bro,
song.
I still listen to it, man.
But yeah, man,
I
it's
play it for
I do
myself.
play that one. It's when because I don't like to listen to myself too much. I do like if I'm in the car with the boys, I
Yeah.
might put my tunes on because I like to hear it in the speakers and all.
Yeah.
But on a whole, like on a day to day thing, I don't really like to listen to myself too much because I find I tend to ruin songs. And then I've heard it that much that I don't want to release it because I don't like the
Oh,
song
right.
anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
All
like
right.
I don't
Yeah.
like the song
Yeah.
anymore. But then I need to remember that it's fresh to other people's ears. But anyway, in terms of this song, yeah. So we were trying to we were speaking. We come across the producer.
Yeah.
We got into talks.
Tracked him down.
We tracked down the producer. Um,
Was it South America?
South American, I think he was. Did he speak Spanish and Brazilian? Wasn't it?
Spoke Spanish, and he lived in
Was it
it was
Brazil or something like
um it was South America. It
South
was South
American
America.
anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a bit of a language barrier, and it got to a point where he kind of got lazy and stopped replying as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know whether he takes his producing side
Yeah. And
as
that is
serious as he
why
could because we
that
wanted to buy it exclusively as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
There was serious money on the table,
yeah,
and we contacted him, contacted his girlfriend. We were using Translate. There was
yeah,
communication,
yeah.
and he literally just didn't take it seriously at all.
Disappears. Yeah, he just
So
disappeared. And then we were trying to was it BeatStars we were trying to purchase it through?
try going through
But
that.
then, even with the exclusive like the negotiation and stuff,
Yeah.
that was
Because
kind
he
of
didn't
hard work.
accept it on his
Yeah.
end. The website just shut it down.
Shut it down, yeah. So that
So
was an issue. But
that is why I would say recreate the song, because number
yeah.
one, as someone who listens to music, I feel like the song is so much more important and the message you're getting out
Yeah.
than this guy getting
Yeah.
his
It's
couple of
but
dollars.
yeah, whatever.
You know?
But yeah, I just find that song so like writing process, that was the question we asked beforehand, wasn't it? In terms of how do you go
So
from
yeah, so
writing a
yeah,
song to
yeah.
recording a
So so
song?
so take yeah. How
We
do
sort of
yeah
drifted
take it
there.
there from writing to the end result? How do you
So
what's that
now what I
process?
tend to do, my writing process, as I just said, it could be inspiration from anything. But to go from that to recording, I've got an app. I don't know if anyone knows about it, BandLab.
Oh,
So
I know about
on my
MATLAB.
phone,
Yeah,
I'll use BandLab to record rough mixes of things, and because I know how to like sort of mix and master to a certain degree anyway.
I've wanted to get a sponsorship from BandLab as
Okay,
well. Like I
BandLab,
use it for my
sick
videos,
man.
bro.
It's
Just to give people an insight. It's
yeah,
got an it's free, right? But it's got an auto mastering
yeah,
an auto mastering for vocals.
yeah.
And so if you're doing videos and stuff like
It's
songs,
really
whatever,
handy.
just put it in. It's done in seconds.
Yeah,
So
literally.
yeah. Go on.
So
Yo, okay.
even if you've got proper songs that you've recorded but haven't got mastered, you can just run them through there and they'll master them for you.
Yeah,
And it's a lot
yeah.
cheaper than going through things like, because I know there's a lot of people who will be starting out and they don't master their songs. They'll use things like E-mastered or there's another one I can't think what it's called. But yeah, they use things that you've got to pay for, and BandLab
Yeah,
is just an
yeah,
app that you
yeah,
can get on
yeah,
your phone. You
yeah.
run your project through there,
S-
bounce it, and
So, but anyone from BandLab, if you see this episode, please, in
but
sponsorship.
yeah, nah. So I use BandLab for like a rough recording process because it's not just that. It's got Autotune
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
with a lot of the styles of music I like to use Autotune sometimes. I find if you know how to use Autotune correctly, because you've got to be able to sing to a certain degree. You can't just go in there and start
No, no,
screaming and
no,
depend on
definitely
Autotune.
no.
It don't work like that. But like, so a lot of the songs I use, I tend to use Autotune to a certain degree. And so it just gives me a nice rough hearing of how the song's gonna sound if I was
Good.
to
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
lay it as an actual track, and I can put ad libs and stuff in, so I can kind of work out what ad libs I'm even gonna put in before
Happy
going to
days.
studio.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll say ad libs in studio, or I used to before using BandLab,
Right.
and I'd be like, "Oh, I don't like that one," and then it's sitting and pulling out which ones are which ones are good and which
Yeah.
ones aren't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when you're paying
Yeah.
for your studio time, that's time is money,
It's
yeah,
time,
man.
bro. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
sit,
Yeah.
that's long, like so. I sort of get it down to a certain level where I think, yeah, I'm happy with in terms of ad libs, vocal,
Okay.
and then I'll take it to like Jamie Winchester or when I used to work in the studio,
Okay.
I take it to the studio myself because I used to
Okay.
work in Trinity Records back in the day with
Back in the
Formless
day,
and
bro.
JP7. Um, but yeah, so I'd take it from BandLab on my phone into the booth then and do it myself sort of thing.
Okay.
But I'd already know where I was laying, what ad lib, what vocal. So that's kind of what I do now.
Okay.
Back in the day when it was just grime, would have been just a free for all.
So what about the beats and instrumentals then? Like how because
Beats and
so
instrument.
this is the issue. So as a people who understand the licensing and the ownership
Yeah,
of intellectual property, if you create a song, it is your intellectual property.
yeah,
You own it. But the song gets broken down into the instrumental and the vocals.
yeah,
So you've got the vocals sorted, like that's your
yeah.
cut, happy days. But what about the instrumental? Because
Well,
obviously this was a
instrumentals.
problem that we came across, wasn't it?
So if it all varies, there might be times
It
when
does.
I'll just want to put something out for YouTube just for the sake of it, and then I might just use a standard YouTube instrumental.
Just rip it.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
and like as long as you credit the producer and yeah, you're not making money off it or anything like that.
Yeah, that's sound.
Yeah,
That's fair enough,
that's not an
man.
issue. But in terms of like proper Spotify releases and stuff, I usually work with producers. So I know a producer from, I think he might be Leeds or Leicester or something
Okay,
along those lines.
Okay.
High Rules, his name is.
I
Good
was gonna
producer,
ask, do you want
man.
to keep it to yourself or are
Yeah,
you gonna
nah,
shout him
High
out?
Rules,
Okay,
man.
yeah,
Hit him
okay.
up. He's a hell of a producer. And he's willing to work like adhere to whatever you want.
Is he affordable?
I'm gonna
Like, is he?
name about 3 producers that I work with
Go for it, bro. Earn some
closely.
credit, man.
Dubstar, shout out Dubstar, man. We done Old Flow. That was distributed through Larynx Entertainment. Shout out Dave Acton.
Yeah, big up
Because he
Dave.
helped me big time with that, and it got played
We're
on
giving so
BBC
many
Radio
shout outs on
Wales.
this show, bro.
But yeah, man, I've done a lot with a lot of people, bro. So it's like
Yeah,
it's one of
yeah.
those things, isn't it? But yeah, shout out Dave Acton though, because he helped me massively with that tune. But me Dubster on production,
Okay.
got me BBC. I think it was my first BBC radio play
Really?
was with that tune as well, man.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, shout out him and Dubster because that beat, bro, is cold. But yeah, and then there's Ripper the Hitmaker. You know Ripper.
Ripper. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Ripper's a hell of a guy, man. When I was clashing Wiley's brother Cadell when we was having a back and forth beef,
Okay.
Ripper actually produced the instrumental for Foolish, and
Wow.
Foolish sparked a bit of a thing where we ended up going up to Mode and clashing and stuff as well.
Ripper's been in it from time,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
And it was so nice seeing him take himself so seriously.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, he does. He still does to this day, but he's like going in different avenues, different genres and stuff.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
like getting creative with it and just doing all sorts. But yeah, so they're the three producers I'd use. Ripper though, he's the one I've used longest, I would say. I've known longest anyway. But that's in terms of when we're like releasing proper releases, I'll go through those type of producers.
Cool. Are they affordable? Like what kind of agreements do you guys come to? Is
Yeah,
it
affordable. I'd say I usually go for just leases, depending on how I think the song's gonna do.
Okay.
Foolish was an exclusive. He made the beat for me because it was actually like a grime remix of Ashanti's Foolish.
Okay.
So yeah, so that was an exclusive instrumental. But usually we just do leases and like it. I think it's a case of you scratch someone's back, they scratch yours.
Yeah,
We tend to sort of come to an agreement with things, but
okay.
it
Because
all depends.
again, not saying this is in a disrespectful way, but you should be like on you're huge. You're as a musician, as a name, as a brand, you are massive, right? And I think the reason why you don't get the flowers and accolades that you should get is because you're lacking the proof on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so basically I went through a bit of a mad time and I took all my songs off Spotify and all streaming platforms. I just went through a mad like a life, I don't know, man. It's like a midlife, not so much a midlife crisis.
Quarter life crisis.
Yeah, quarter life
bro.
crisis. I think we can call it. But I just wasn't sure if music was because even though I'm young, I've been making music for like the last
Long time, bro.
10 plus years
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
was
yeah.
still about the same time as all these other the likes of you make.
If you started if your first recording was 11, right, and you're 24 now, you've been you've been in it 13 years, bro.
13 years,
If
and that's just recording. That's not even just writing music.
If it's
anyway.
battling, bro, you're talking 18 years, bro.
Yeah,
So
man. But so yeah, so where was we then? Oh my goodness.
that's a
mind
veteran
drifted.
career.
But yeah, so obviously I think I
You
went through
you were explaining about the madness you went through, bro.
I went through a bit of a point where I was thinking, do I still want to make music after having my son and stuff as well? I thought, is this the career choice I want to make?
Okay.
And I sort of just took all my songs off YouTube, all my stuff off all my distributors and all. And so on paper, there's not a lot to find of me. But if you look back, there's like the Diff Boy tune I'm on with like Stavs and stuff. That's like half a million.
There's stuff on YouTube where it proves you've got the numbers that you are. I mean, like, look at the grab the mic you did before Almost Films.
Yeah, well, that's as of recent as well.
Yeah,
and
13K
in like just over a month. I think it's coming up to 2 months now, but it's on 13K at the moment.
So I mean, bro, you've got proof that you are as big as you are, and I feel like
but it's just trying to find me in certain places. Is I need to release a load of singles this year. I think is the year where I get back on my Spotify, iTunes releases,
man.
and everything, man. And just
I'm annoyed at the people who give you shit. I'm annoyed at the people who fucking get in your way and make it difficult for you to have that stability, like you were saying that you've been looking for.
Yeah, because it's what it is for me. I think we have been making music for as long as like your Fernquests, your Merkages and stuff.
Long time, bro.
Like,
yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I wouldn't say I'm shadowed by them, but I'm younger, so people tend to think I kind of haven't been making music as long as people. So I kind of get slept on in terms of everything I've done over the years. Like it's only as of recent, like because I took a break as well. This is kind of my own fault.
Yeah.
Because I took a break, coming back to it, people are sort of thinking I'm sort of like a newer artist than I am.
Yeah.
So
Well, this
I
is what I'm
think
saying, bro.
where I
So
had that thing of, oh, yo, I've been making music as long as all these man. Shout out all of them anyway. It's no
yeah,
disrespect to
everyone.
any of them.
Yeah,
But
no,
where I
no, we're
kind
not,
of in my head, I'm thinking, yo, I've been making music for as long as all these people, and I kind of not getting the flow.
where's mine?
It's yeah,
Where's
it's
mine? Yeah,
disheartening sometimes. So I
yeah,
went for a bit of a disheartening stage, and I thought, yo, later this, I'm gonna try to get a job. I was working in a tinsel factory, bro. It was not a one, man.
yeah.
Horrible job. I would not recommend it. But yeah, so I gave up music for a little bit, got into factory work, 12-hour shifts, night shifts, and I was just plodding along through life at the time. And then I think I had a talk with my mum, and we was going through a few of my old songs. It was around about Christmas time,
Okay,
um, and we was down Porthcawl.
okay.
Um,
Christmas time this year? Last year?
last
2023?
year, what? Yeah, 2023.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And we was talking, and she was like, she's like, even if you worked part time or something,
Right.
don't give up the music, because I've seen
No.
you put years and
No.
years into it,
Yeah.
and not just that, it's the amount that I've done as well, not just the in terms of like how many songs I've recorded, but like I've done the BBC radio.
Yeah.
I clashed Wiley. Well, I had a back and forth beef with Wiley's brother. He sent for me. I went #1 in the grime and hip hop charts. Like, mad man. But
Didn't you get a shout out with was it Big Nasty?
Big Nasty, yeah, put me on
Yeah.
his story. And shouted me out because
I
one of
remember
my
that. That was
freestyles.
huge, bro.
I've done loads of things. I've had loads of big artists reach out to me. I was recently chilling with, do you know Little Man? He's a content creator, we'll say,
I wanna say yeah, yeah, yeah.
influencer. Little Man. Oh, I was in a hotel with him recently in Newport. He like showing face in Newport at the time.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he went back to the hotel. We was in the hotel. I was spitting bars for him, man. And
Which hotel was this?
Solarium, I think, in
Where's
town.
that?
It's by Mojo's. On
Oh,
the
just on the
corner,
corner.
yeah,
Yeah,
just on the
yeah,
corner.
yeah, yeah. I see. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, yeah,
we was in there, I was spitting bars for him, and one thing I say, this was a nice bit of a boost of confidence, because it hasn't happened to me for a while in
yeah.
terms
Okay.
of like reaching out with bigger artists and
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, he messaged me the next day, or I messaged him the next day saying thanks for the hospitality, bro, sort of thing,
Yeah,
because he had me in his hotel and
yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and then he messaged me about the music, man, and it was nice to hear from someone like sort of like involved higher up saying like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, like, you keep doing your thing and it can pay off for you, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I've done all these things. I've got a catalogue of all these mad things, these mad artists I've spoke to,
It
these
just gotta
shows
consolidate
I've
it,
done.
bring it all
Yeah,
together,
man.
put it under one umbrella. Brogan
Yeah.
Livewire, Southside,
Yeah, my mum gave me a bit of a telling off though. She was like, "Why'd you delete all your songs?" sort of thing. Like, yeah,
I gave you a
like,
telling off as
yeah,
well,
I
bro.
knew,
I was like, what
yeah.
have you done,
Why have I done it?
bro?
Like, yeah, because it was a stupid choice, but at the same time, I was just at a crossroads in life. Didn't really know what I wanted to do, man.
No,
So
that's fair enough. This is the whole point of ownership. You own
yeah,
it, right? So you decided I
yeah.
don't want it out there,
Yeah, it was
right?
for ages. I didn't want to do. I wanted to remove them because I wanted the. I didn't really want to be an artist anymore. I felt like so many people know me and stuff as well. Like I can walk through 10, I bump into about 10 people, but
That's why I feel like
minimum.
I can't get a proper job because
Yeah,
if I start working in KFC and someone turns
yeah, I
up and they're
couldn't. I know I
like,
couldn't.
what are you doing? I was like, well,
Yeah,
I love chicken.
yeah.
You
I
know?
just know I could never. I don't think I could do work like that in terms of like working behind a till anymore.
I know I can do the work.
Yeah, I could do the
I can
work.
do the
Yeah,
labor, but in terms of like the name that I've built for myself and just what people expect from me, just like how you're
yeah,
saying how you are this musician, right? You've got those expectations
yeah,
to meet, you know, and
yeah.
it's a difficult one, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, it's just finding balance, and I think life's all about balance, man. The yin and yang and all that.
No, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right. It's
it's
zen.
just
It's
balance,
balance,
isn't
bro.
it, man?
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. Right. So we're about halfway through now. We're gonna take a quick little break, and then we'll come straight back and jump straight into more topics. Sweet. So we've just come back from a break now. We're fed, we're watered. Happy to jump straight back into it. Cool. Right. So we were last talking about how you've been having chats with your mother. You've been reflecting on your identity as a musician and the decisions you were making
Yeah,
about whether you were going to take it seriously or not. Can we trust that you are going to take it seriously going
yeah,
forwards?
100%. 100%, because since having these conversations and stuff as well, I've been like, I think the first like proper release for me again in a long time was that grab the mic. But
Okay.
since doing that, I put time into that, hence why it done so well.
Okay.
Like in terms of views and stuff. So I'm starting to take things a lot more serious in terms of promoting myself, like advertisement, getting a big networking. I had a bit of a kick in the teeth recently because I lost my Instagram account that I had for a while, and it was close to 5K, man. I was close. So
5,000 followers,
yeah,
bro.
so if any of you are not following my new account, it's live from the safe 20, so 20. Yeah, follow it up, man. Let's get back to 5K.
I will be putting tags. I will
Yeah,
be putting links on the YouTube video. I will be putting links in the description on the Podbean and on the iTunes. Um, yeah, I'll be putting links to it
it's in there anyway.
everywhere.
It's
Yeah,
there
Facebook,
now.
Instagram, everything, bro.
Yeah,
So
I'll
yeah,
try
no
plugging
stress.
myself quickly.
Yeah, no, well, this is the whole
But
point. This is like you guys have got your music, and I love music. I think music is one of those most tangible intellectual properties out there. Like
yeah.
I speak about things very sterile and very mechanical, beep boop beep
No, but
business.
that's kind of the reality of it. Like that's how music works. It's very mechanical and everything's all complex. When you get into talks about like releases,
Yep,
leases, all
yep,
these things,
yep.
it all goes back to
Yeah, yeah, and I love art. I love people being themselves. I love people expressing themselves, and I love the stories that people tell through their content. But um, yeah, like for me, videos is that I'm not a musician because I haven't put the energy into that. But
yeah,
when it comes to visuals, like photography, videography, when it comes to speaking and interviews and speaking with people, I can do it. It sounds
yeah,
so. This is my intellectual property. These are the things that I'm building for myself,
yeah.
so that when I blow up in the future, it all of
That's
that
your
traffic comes back.
yeah,
And that's what I love about musicians, bro, is that you can release album after album after album, and then you release one single and you
and it
you
can
go through the
change the
roof,
game. Yeah,
and because it's all there, all of that attention just falls back on
yeah.
you, and it
Well, that was funnily enough. We was just talking off camera then about Southside.
yeah,
That for me was the, I think, pivotal point in realizing that, yo, okay, this music can actually
yeah,
go somewhere. Because for years, like even I've been making music since I was a kid, as we've been saying.
yeah.
I've done a lot of things. They were in like 5K views, yeah, maybe seven, and then I done Southside with Wesley, shouting Merkage.
How many views was that?
I think it's sitting on 25K at the
Oh,
moment.
shit, look.
But that was my first single, like proper started getting me mad bookings. There was squeaky shoes. Yeah, mad bookings. People were starting to pay attention because obviously Wesley's a big face in the scene, especially
Yeah,
after doing
America's, yeah.
Mary Jane. He exploded, man. And then fair play to him. I approached him with Southside because this is a mad story. So
25K views, yeah,
25,
yeah.
nice. But yeah, if you haven't already, go check Southside. But yeah, so this was mad how we done this because basically I was supporting Huncho at the time, through Urban Circle and Jamie Winchester. We had a project going on with the youth. I think it was like 18 to 25, and we all had to go into the studio, write and record a song each that we were going to perform at the event as support acts. I think there was about five of us, but
Yeah.
obviously I wrote the song and I knew Wesley was the person I wanted on it. He
Okay.
was like straight away in my head. I had that, but I knew it would be an issue in terms of his age because he's a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
He was just slightly over the age limit for the thing. So I hit Jamie and I said, "Well, if he's a feature on my song,
Okay. It does it
can
does it
yeah,
yeah,
can we
okay,
sort of
alright, yeah, yeah, yeah,
bypass this
yeah,
sort
yeah,
of
of
thing?"
course, yeah,
And
yeah.
he let it run, man. And if he hadn't have done that, like Southside probably wouldn't have come about the way it did. But it
So is there value in collaborations then? Is there
100%, man. Especially like if it's someone like obviously I grew up on all these Newport artists. So for
yeah,
me, having that co-sign off Wesley, so to speak, was like that's someone I'd been listening to from young anyway. And obviously we were cool outside of music. I think we done Halloween first, but I was like I was sort of a feature with a load of other artists sort of
okay.
thing. But then to actually have him feature on my tune on Southside, and he absolutely killed him, man. And some of the comments even say like, "Yo, don't put Wesley on your song if you don't want him to kill it off." Or something. I think
Yeah.
someone commented something like that anyway. But yeah, having him on there, all of a sudden it just started exploding. We went from doing that Huncho event to then he filmed a video in the Neon, and then we supported AJ and Dino. We went up to Bar Coker in Barry at the time to perform it because it just hit 5K in like less than a month or something. It was just going up and up and up.
So
And
how did you earn that collaboration?
so obviously we
Because
done
obviously, you know, just to give a little context, it's not like you can just, you know, go to a studio tomorrow and start working with, you know, the biggest
but
names
at the
in
end
the
of the day, you've
world.
got to put a lot of time and effort in, and obviously over the
Okay.
years he's been seeing me work. I'd featured on another song with him that was like a big group track sort of thing, but I
So
was
he
one of
was
the like
witness to your
yeah,
career
I was
already.
like lower
Okay.
level feature on the tune at the time though,
Okay.
sort of thing, because it was just a big group track. I think it's called Making Noise. That's probably on about, I don't know, it's past 10K though. I know it was past 12K
Okay.
last time I looked,
Okay.
but that done views anyway. And then so I just hit him up with the Southside song. I sent him the song with an open verse,
Okay.
and he was feeling it. And then he come pick me up. We went in the studio. He showed me the verse in the car before we went in. I was like, yeah, sick man.
He's
I
very
was
smart in how he
gassed.
puts his songs together. Like
Yeah,
he's a really good lyricist.
yeah, he is good,
Really,
man.
really good
But
lyricist.
yeah, so we come together. We done that. And then from there, we just after we done that one booking, and it was it was sold out, I think, as far as I know. And
Okay.
the neon was quite a big capacity anyway, so it was full in it. There was a lot of people there, put it that way. Yeah, we done that one, and then we got more bookings. He got booked for Dappy. He bring me in as well. This is what I love
Oh
about
yeah.
Wesley,
Okay. Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not just a case of he doesn't just jump on your thing and like just take
It's mutual. There's
yeah,
give and
it's
take.
mutual.
Yeah. Okay. All
He
right.
will
Yeah.
help you out if there's a booking he done. Like so, he done Dappy, and he said to me, "Yo, do you want to come out and do a song or two on my set?" And I thought, fair play. We actually ended up hosting for like another 2 hours because Dappy turned up hella late. But he turned up like 2 hours later than he was meant to. Done a 10-minute set and then was gone. Bro.
I'd imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's so busy.
But yeah, we actually ended up hosting that for like another like 2 hours or something, just crowd hyping for ages when we weren't even meant to be. Like,
You do quite well in terms of shows though, don't you?
yeah, I've done a lot of shows, man. I've supported so many big acts, bro. It's
You were booked for
crazy.
a few things in Vibes recently.
Yeah, recently, so I've done Gecko in Vibes recently. I've done the United and Katie game. We done an event based around that.
Yeah. Oh my days. Huge.
That was good.
Huge.
Yeah, hell of a day that was. I've done a few, man. I've been booked loads of times in there over the years. And coming up, I think I've got
Well,
look,
this Sat
yeah,
coming
this
up
Saturday.
this Saturday,
Yeah,
you've got the mobile event being hosted by Larynx
Yeah,
Entertainment.
and I'm actually headline on the
You're a
whole thing. Yeah,
headliner,
man.
bro.
My first
Yeah.
headline as well. I think this is the first time I've headlined an event that I haven't run myself.
I
Anyway,
was speaking to Dave this
yeah,
morning, and we were going over everyone who's on the lineup.
yeah.
How many other people do you know on the lineup
I
already?
know a few personally. Clarky, I know. Carson and Richie Rich.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
know. Who's on the poster? Let me have a quick.
Yeah.
Let me have a quick look because I do know. I
There's a
do
lot
know.
of good names. So there's you as a headliner, right? So are we going to start from top or bottom?
Yeah, we'll start from top.
All right, okay.
There's me as headliner.
Yeah.
Tyrese, I believe he's from Cardiff area. I do believe you're from Cardiff, bro.
Okay.
If you know, I'm sorry. But it's hard anyway.
Yeah.
I heard a preview to one of his tunes recently on
Yeah.
his socials, bro. Crazy.
Yeah.
I'd low key like a feature, but yeah, we'll see, innit?
We got MB.
MB, I'm not sure who MB is.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Clarky, I know Clarky.
Yeah.
Well, say Clarky, man.
I see some of his stuff on socials earlier. I was like, I gotta touch base.
He's so good live as well. You see,
Yeah.
Clarky, he's got that crowd interaction to a T,
Yeah,
bro.
that's why he put up on his socials. It was a video of him performing. I want to say Swansea.
Yeah, Swansea recently. I was meant to be on that, but my phone broke recently. I got a new phone now. But my phone broke and I'm an idiot. I didn't have all my songs backed up. So I lost everything, bro. But
man.
I've managed to log into my old iCloud now, and I've got the majority of them back, and a lot of the ones that I didn't have. T's got on his phone. I was just waiting to link with him.
We're gonna have to do like an admin day or something where
Yeah.
you just bring all your logins and passwords. We
Yeah.
log you in on everything.
Log me in on
Keep
everything.
it like saved
Yeah.
on my
I
laptop.
need to
or
get an
something.
SSD drive. That's what I need, bro, and just store all my songs on it. But the majority of them I've got back, and I think T's got the rest of my tunes anyway, man, because I just sort of keep him as my backup.
Yeah, we'll get it sorted, bro. No stress.
TSD. Not sure. I'm sorry, bro, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah. No, there's a
I'm
lot
not
of
sure
new names
who
that
you
are
are.
on this list.
Meg Uppington, I've been seeing a lot of recently. Only as of recent. I'd never heard of her before.
Yeah.
But I seen a preview to something she's doing with Charlie J.
Okay.
Sick. I was liking what I'm seeing anyway. It's more like a sort of boom bappy hip hop type of
I'm gonna check.
style.
I know I follow her. I'm gonna check out some of her stuff later on. See what I can find.
No, she's good, man. From what I've seen anyway. I haven't seen a lot, but what I've seen.
It's nice to see a female rapper as well.
Yeah,
like
especially amongst the scene. There's a few though. There's Daniques, there's Mills. I don't know if you've seen them, two Cardiff artists. I haven't come across a Newport female rapper as of yet. Actually, I'm lying. I've got a tune with a girl. I don't think she records music anymore.
Okay.
But her name's Portia. Yeah, me here and T got a banger, man. If we can get that released at some point, I'd love to. But it's whether she wants to release it or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
She's still.
This is what interestingly. This is what I'm finding about the local entertainment scene. Whether it's music, whether it's videos, whether it's whatever it is, right? I know that there's no segregation, like there's no prevention from women from like doing stuff, but I've noticed there is a massive saturation of guys who, like, anytime I ask for podcast guests, there's always like 10 guys to a girl, and I'm like, well, where's the balance? Where's the representation? Who's gonna,
Well, maybe we need to go on a hunt for some that skating female artists.
Well, that's the mistake, bro. You get them to come to you. Like, host the. Do you see the meme I posted in the group chat the other day? How to find a rapper?
Nah.
Right. It was a little meme, and it's
I'm
a
the
guy.
worst in group chats, bro. I tend to skip over.
It was so funny, bro. It was a guy holding a knife in a hockey mask, and there's a rapper hiding around, like just a little kid like hiding behind a corner, and it's like how to find a rapper, and the murderer shouts out, "Free beats, free studio time," and then all you see is like a speech bubble come around the corner. Put me on, bro. I'm fire, bro. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, it's so funny.
Roped them in. That's funny, man. Back to the list. Carson and Richie Rich, my guys, man. I got a few tunes with Carson. Everyone needs to tell Carson we need to release Bad Habits, man. We're waiting on him, bro. That's one of my all-time favorite songs for like in terms of like a singy song for me as well. It's not so much rap, it's more melodic. Bro, ask him. He come in the studio with a tune. I wrote and recorded my verse in about 10 minutes, and to this day, it's like it bangs, man. I wouldn't say it's my favorite song I've ever done.
Yeah,
but in terms of like me stepping out my comfort zone, trying something a bit different, it's such a banger, man. And everyone went in on the song as well. So yeah, Carson, man, pattern up, bro.
Got to get it done, bro.
Richie Rich, I'm yet to get a song with, but we need to link up.
They're shooting a music video, aren't they?
On the night, actually. So even more reason for you all to come through.
Yeah.
Show face in a vid.
Segs,
man. Segs. When I moved up to Aberdeen recently,
I've been meaning to ask him: is it Segs or is it Segsy? Like, how do you?
It's
Is it supposed to be like Segsy as in like sexy?
I've
been wanting to ask him, bro. He's my next podcast guest.
It doesn't relate to it because I know him personally. I know his personal name.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No relation to his name whatsoever. So I actually don't even know why his name is. But his name used to be Young Segs.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if it's.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't know what.
Probably not my idea. No.
It's from Valleys. It might be a Welsh word, man. I don't know. I don't know Welsh well enough.
I rate Segsy. I rate him.
Yeah, he's good, man.
I rate
his drive and his work ethic.
Yeah,
play,
man.
He's flat out, bro.
Yeah.
Replay. I apologise massively for not coming to the event the other day. That was the event we was just talking about. That was meant to be at in Swansea.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. I apologise, but I've already spoke to you off cam anyway. You know the scenario, bro. Stone the Iceman, I've only recently come across. I heard through Formless, he's actually from Newport.
Yeah, have you seen this grab the
Grab
mic?
the mic, yeah, sick, man.
Oh
I
my
like how
days.
different he is,
Oh
bro. He's
my days. It
so
goes
different, man.
hard,
Yeah, it's so
bro.
different because I
Yeah.
didn't know what to expect because he said, oh, Formless mentioned it to me because I was saying, oh, who've you got coming up, like, in terms of episodes and
Yeah.
stuff? Because I always keep
Yeah.
in contact with Formless and just find out what
Goes
he's doing,
hard,
man.
bro. I played that multiple
Yeah,
times, man.
he said to me at the time, he's like, "Oh, he knows you," and I hadn't come across Stone the Iceman at the time, and he said, "Oh, he's actually originally from Newport, but living in Bristol."
Good on him.
Um,
Amari.
and Amari,
Yeah.
I only came across the other day, and he's sick, man. He's sick, bro. I don't actually know him. Like it'll be my first time meeting him.
I'm supposed to be doing a photo shoot with him Saturday before the event, but obviously Dave Acton Larynx has been in touch with me today, and obviously we're going to work out some plans for like media coverage for the day.
Yeah, because that
So
would be quite handy.
yeah,
Yo,
I'm only 800 meters away.
do you know when
from the
this
venue, bro.
episode will be out? Will this be out before?
So we're recording this today. This will be out. It's going to take me if I edit it today, it'll be up tomorrow night.
Sorted.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Dave, you'll be hearing this before the event. We need to get a larynx loaded done while you're down, man. Because
Yeah, he's staying over. He's staying here, bro.
Oh, he's staying.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
staying here,
okay,
bro.
sick,
Yeah,
sick,
yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get a larynx loaded done then. That's something I'd love to do, Matt. I've been saying to him for years, but it's been like every time he's come to things, he's come to like Cardiff, and it's been like
Yeah.
a day before, and I haven't had much notice or something.
Yeah.
Like,
He was
along
saying
those
on the
lines.
phone earlier. He's known you for about 6 years.
Yeah, we've
but
known each
this
other
is
for
gonna be the
years.
first
This
time
will be
that
the
you ever
first
get
time we
face
can
to face.
actually proper face to face
Yeah.
because he's even distributed songs for me through larynx and stuff. Like we've done loads of work together, but never actually met in person.
Yeah, of course,
And
of course.
obviously with him being in North Wales as well, it's quite a distance to
It's a
just
trek, bro.
to get to like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever gone to North Wales via National Express or anything.
No,
Don't even want to
bro.
bother, bro.
He was. Dave was saying this on the phone earlier, man. He was saying it's a 3 hour train journey.
Yeah.
There's no road.
I've never done the train journey, but I went to North Wales via National Express before.
Yeah.
And bro, took me all day long.
Yeah.
Literally, I went to Birmingham first.
Yep.
And then we went from Birmingham, rather than just cutting through Wales, they decided to go out of Wales into England to Birmingham.
There's no road, bro. There's
and
no
then
roads.
come back over.
You can't go from south to north. You have
Oh,
to leave
annoying.
and then come back in.
Why?
Well, tell you what, when I get the Welsh government travel minister on the podcast, we'll ask him. I'll say my mate Brogan.
Yeah,
my
tell
mate
him
Dave
I want
wants
to
to
know,
know
man, because it
why
would make
can't
it
we
more
go north or
convenient for
south?
bookings, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
No, you're right. I've been to an events convention in London after being invited as a VIP, and like I was asking people, I was like, well, why don't you host events in Wales?
Yeah.
Why don't you bring these big tours to Wales? And they said because of our travel infrastructure.
Yeah.
Because there's no roads coming from south to north that they have to come in, leave, and then go all the way back.
Around this,
And
it's hard work, man.
It's not smart at all.
Doncaster was another mission as well when I performed in Doncaster recently.
Yeah.
12-hour
I thought that was a lot closer than it was.
Do you know
bro.
what? It's because I sort of left it till last minute because I had a lift patterned with an artist who we know as well. Well, I won't discuss it. Things happen. Life gets
of course.
in the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had a lift pattern, and then over the last week we sort of was out of contact, and I thought I'm gonna have to try and find another way up there.
Yeah.
So me and T, shout out Block Baby T, that's my brother. Yeah, we decided to just randomly book a megabus like on like 2 days before the event, man.
That's what I would've known.
But the journey was so long, bro. We had to go to Victoria coach station in London first.
So that's 3.5 hours.
There was about a 2 hour wait there. We was with Segs at the time actually, because funnily enough, he decided to catch a megabus. That's why we decided to catch the megabus as well. Because I was like, oh, bro, how are you getting up there? So I was trying to find a lift through someone else, sort of thing. He said, oh, we're getting a megabus. So me and T come down to Newport anyway, because I just wanted to come down and sort of see the boys and that.
Yeah.
And we got on the megabus, and they were all at the back of the bus, him and all this boys. We was like, yo. So we just went to the back of the bus and just chilled, man. But yeah, we got stuck in like London for like 2-3 hours waiting for the coach then to Sheffield.
Okay. Yeah.
From London. Got to Sheffield. Then we had to catch a train from Sheffield to Doncaster.
Yeah.
We had a bit of a nightmare with the hotel. my room hadn't been booked properly or something. It was something weird anyway. So
Oh,
we
my
ended up
days.
having to share a room with Segs and all anyway.
Yeah,
Long
yeah, yeah,
story
yeah,
short.
yeah.
Not like we didn't kind of have to, because the my manager at the time,
You got a
so
manager?
I had a manager at the time, and the Rappability Records. It's kind of a bit at the moment.
Rappability. Yeah,
At
okay.
the
All right.
moment,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of not sure where he's at with things. Like, it was very open as well. So the thing was, it was like I was under the label, but
Right.
if I wanted to go anywhere else, because I was being offered a couple of different contracts at the time through Pen Game was offering me a contract. Some other guy was speaking to me from a label that
Go
was
with the money, bro. Go with the
interlinked with
money.
something. But yes,
Whoever wants you to be the richest, go with them,
but
bro.
then it's so many little clauses and stuff that
The
you've got
last,
to read as
the
well.
well, it's you
Yeah.
got it, bro.
So
This is
I
paperwork,
nearly got
man.
tricked into signing a dodgy contract recently. Um,
Good.
it was 10. I think it was something like 5 grand up front, and then 5 grand after you've done so much.
Right.
Like there was, I can't remember what I was. I
You know
think
you're allowed to let people read your contracts, don't you?
yeah. So I
Yeah.
let someone read my contract at the time, actually. And then it was just the way it panned it over like longer than a year for like 10 grand, and it was like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah,
if I've got to
yeah.
quit, like, because I took into consideration
Would you have made money from it during the agreement? So would it have been
so
5 grand up
there was
front, money in the middle, and then 5 grand at
ways
the
of
end?
like other avenues of making money, but at the same time it seemed a bit like,
Sus.
yeah, it just didn't sit, something didn't sit right with me. Anyway, I'm not gonna say what label it was, because
Nah, of
I don't
course.
want to downplay them or anything,
Okay.
because they might have had good intentions for me, but it didn't sit right with me.
Okay.
And a few of the people I spoke with, and the boy who read over the contract for me as well, and he's pretty clued up, man. So I do trust him. He said to me, he said, honestly, bro, if I was you, he said, just hold out until something better comes along. Like, so yeah, I didn't end up signing that, but I've had a few different things. But anyway, yeah. So I
Do
was
you regret not signing it?
no, because I have faith in myself, and I think I have a pretty good understanding of my capabilities and
Your value?
yeah, my value. So
Okay.
it's always good to value yourself as an artist. I used to do free bookings coming out my ears before now,
Yeah.
but unless there's good reason now,
You
I
got bills,
tend not
bro.
to.
You
Yeah,
got,
I got a child, I got
yeah, man.
bills. Yeah, things cost, man, and not just
Cool.
that. I'm trying to pursue a career that costs money in itself. It's £20 an hour studio time, bro,
Yeah.
and that doesn't cover mix and masters and stuff as well. So yeah, I don't regret not signing it, because I feel like in time something might come along better, and if not, then at least I can say I didn't sell myself short anyway, just for something quick and a bit of stability. But yeah, so Rappability was sort of an open contract. It's not officially signed or anything,
Okay.
but he helps me and I promote the label.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
just
yeah, of course.
how
Of
it
course.
goes, sort of thing. And then if anything comes along in future, I can venture off into other
It
things.
keeps coming back to ownership. Who
Yeah.
owns what? So
Yeah,
if
well,
you
he
own
doesn't
if
actually
you
own
if
anything of mine. It's just
but
more so a
he
case of,
owns the Rappability
yeah, he
brand,
owns
yeah.
Rappability,
And
yeah.
so like looking at it as businesses, like I've worked with artists in the past. I've managed artists, and artists hate looking at their career like a business. Like they
Yeah.
hate detaching
Got to. At
themselves
the end
and
of the day,
looking at
if you
it.
give yourself an artist name, that's your brand then.
Well, that's your brand, yeah. And so
Yeah.
this is where the value is in, because basically the whole point is to try and sell. You either try to sell lots of products to lots of customers,
Yeah.
or you try to sell a very high value product to one or two customers. And so, as an artist, your product is your music, and
Yeah.
you're trying to sell it to as many people as possible.
Yeah, and 9 times
You
out of
know,
10, that is the smaller price, larger audience. But it's
yeah.
hard to gain a
Yeah,
large audience.
and so basically you have to prove that you make these sales.
Yeah.
So your YouTube videos,
Yeah.
25K views, 10K views, 13K views,
Yeah.
that is proof that people watch you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what you do, and so that gives you leverage when these people start knocking on your door saying we want to offer
Yeah.
you money. Well, you say, okay, well, I know for a fact I can get these numbers, right?
Yeah.
you're gonna have to pay me the equivalent of these numbers.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Something that really taught me that as well, funnily enough. I used to be a resident MC in a club called Undertone in Cardiff,
Okay.
but it was drum and bass, and not a lot of people know this because I don't tend to release drum and bass
Right.
songs.
Okay. Right.
But I was an actual resident drum and bass MC.
I am partial to a bit of D&B.
Yeah, I left India. Yeah, so that's what made me realize the value of myself as an artist, because I got invited to the one as a guest, just a guest on the like I was like a A-star guest or whatever, because I was
Okay.
the artist. I came through. I had like +3, I think, and I was just there, and I wasn't even meant to be performing, but I was running the mic, couldn't help myself, and I'd done like a 20-minute set, 20-minute set, drum and bass or whatever. And then I was about to leave, man. I went up to Theo, who was running the events at the time, Switch Up. I think he still runs events as well, and if he does, fair play to him, man. It's not something I'm involved with at the moment. But yeah, I went up to him just as I was about to leave. I was like, "Yes, bro, blessed for having me, whatever." He paid me a wage, innit? And he said, do you want to do them regularly, sort of thing? And
Okay.
then he started paying me regularly, because I said to him, I was like, "No, it's blessed, man," because I wasn't even meant to be performing, sort of thing. So I was like, "Oh, it's blessed, man. Don't worry about the wage or whatever."
Okay.
He said, "Nah, bro, it's your time." He said, "You're
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
artist." He said,
Yeah.
"Value
Yeah.
yourself."
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
and that stuck with me. And ever since then, going forward, when I've done bookings, 9 times out of 10, they pay bookings, like, but unless they, like I said, unless there's good reason, I tend to sway away from the free bookings.
Yeah.
Last artist, because I didn't
I
give him a shout, man.
I was gonna say,
I
yeah.
just realised, yeah. Why is he get busy? Shout at you, bro. I see you doing your thing, man. We've spoke over time. I've done some artworks for him. I've
Okay.
uploaded tunes onto the Music Plug channel for
Yeah.
him and T. That's a banger as well. Just the actual name of the track slipped my head at the moment. It shouldn't have. Glide.
Okay.
It's called Glide.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I know about Wisey. He's cold, man, and I'm actually looking forward to meeting him in person. I believe he filmed a Grab the Mic recently with Homeless as well, if I'm correct in saying.
There's a couple of episodes that I haven't seen. I've
Yeah,
seen.
I don't think it's out yet, that episode anyway, but I seen
That's
on
probably why I haven't
Formless's,
seen it then,
yeah,
yeah.
I seen on, I think it was Formless's socials, a little clip of him filming the
Oh
actual
yeah,
session.
yeah.
So I believe he's from Bridgend area, as
Okay.
far as I know.
See, this is why content is important. This is why podcasts are important. This is why
Yeah.
photo shoots are important. Because it's all content. It's all alternative content
Yeah,
to your music.
yeah, of
So
course.
your music is you, and then you use the pictures and the videos to attract people and
Yeah.
get it in, bro, and share
Yeah.
information like we've been doing.
Yeah, I feel like it's just I feel like this is really good for me to do, because I haven't done the last podcast I done was with Brighty and Fussell years ago, man. And since then, a hell of a lot's changed. So people haven't really got to see this side of me in terms of like me speaking about where I plan on going, what I have done.
Adult Brogan.
Yeah, like last time I done that, I think I was high as hell, bro, on Fussell and Brighty's podcast.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
I was young, and it
I
was
know people like to do their things and have their styles, but I'm if you could for future guests, if you could be sober on my show, please
yeah,
please do.
100%. Don't get me wrong, I bought one Maggie, but one Maggie's like you could drive after having one Maggie. To be fair, bro,
We don't endorse that.
Yeah,
Don't endorse drink driving.
Don't drink drive, no matter what. But I'm just saying, like, it's not like I don't like to do things like this and be even
No,
studio time. Bro,
I appreciate.
hate,
Yeah. Well,
I
this is what I mean, because I've been with some I've been in studios with some artists, and
Yeah.
they just want to stink the place out
yeah,
like
they're
crazy.
just so hot. Because I find a lot of artists will tell you they can't record without going to
Right.
smoking
Yeah.
first or whatever.
And that
Nah,
for me,
bro,
that's an alarm bell. That's
see,
like
I'll openly admit I'm a blazer, man. But recording, nah, you gotta come correct, man. I make silly mistakes if I smoke. I know it's silly, pointless mistakes, bro.
yeah, little things,
Yeah,
bro.
little
Little
things.
things.
And then I'll go back and listen to a song I've recorded. Like as of younger, I
It's
used to
not
go back
clean.
and
It's
listen to songs.
dirty.
I also
Yeah.
think, oh, my pronunciation, even
Yeah,
little things,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Just slight
yeah.
things, and you're like might mess up one word and it can ruin your whole song. So I tend to, if I'm going in a booth now, I like to be sober headed, know
Good.
exactly
No,
what I'm doing.
that's
Don't get me
cool.
wrong, I like to have a drink maybe on a weekend and stuff, or like on my days off work maybe.
No,
type
that's
of thing.
fine, bro. It's fine.
But yeah, in terms of like actually recording and I tried to keep as professional as possible. You wouldn't see an artist go up on stage drunk out their mind.
Yeah, I've seen artists do it,
Yeah,
bro, and
and
it's not a
it's
good
not a good look,
performance.
man. It's not
No,
a good look
not at
at
all, bro.
all, bro. Not a good look.
I think the most heartbroken I was Pancho from Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he this it was big week something Bridge End, Bridge End, big weekend or
Oh
something
yeah, I think I know what it is.
way back in the day, and I used to idolize him from Dirty Sanchez on MTV, and he
Yeah,
turns up and he's off it, bro. Like he's
yeah,
backstage, he's downing him, and he gets on stage and he can't stand straight, and
yeah.
he's slurred.
I've seen that happen a few times, even
And this was
especially
this was
with bigger acts as
a
well, man.
family event, bro.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
usually
days.
bigger acts you see that happen with, man. They just get too carried away. Like I noticed the newer acts, like when it's like their first times performing and stuff,
Yeah,
they like to keep the composure a bit.
yeah,
But as it goes along, you think, oh, I know what I'm doing. I've done it. I remember one time I apologized to a promoter because I got too drunk. I'll be like, this is only ever happened once, and I really intend for it to never ever happen
yeah,
again. But I remember her coming up to him afterwards. He was cool with it, man. I must not have done as bad as I thought.
yeah,
But I knew, like, I was slurring words and stuff, and I
yeah,
knew I could have
yeah,
done it a
yeah, yeah,
million
yeah,
times better.
yeah.
And I apologized to him after my set, man. And
Yeah.
I
I'm not against people having a good time. I definitely have a good time, just
knowing your
not when
limits.
you are the good
Yeah,
time.
you're meant to be. Yeah,
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, 100%, man. And it's just knowing your limits anyway. Even in day-to-day life, like you could going out on a
Yeah.
weekend, it's about keeping composure, especially if you're an artist or a person that's in front of a camera or in front of the public a
Oh,
lot.
I'll never
Keep
record drunk. Yeah,
composure, man,
never, bro.
because it's sometimes I've done like silly drunk things. I remember ABM ripping me before, bro. Listen,
Biggie.
yeah,
I gotta get him on at
I've
some point,
done
bro.
rest in peace, Glam Alexis, man. I'd done his
Yeah,
birthday bash a
yeah,
few
yeah,
years ago with like MC Creed, and there was like a few big faces on there, and I was the guest MC at the time. I think it was me, Mirkage, Elro, and Yags
yeah. Okay.
at the time. We were the guest MCs. Bro, I gone up on stage, yeah. Said, I think I said like, "Yo, Cardiff." It was the way I said Cardiff, though. It came out like where I was drunk, bro. It must have come out in like a different accent. It was like nothing I'd ever said before in my life. And then I got ABM sending me videos, bro. Yeah. The next day, he's like, "Yeah, big up Cardiff, man." It just violated me, bro. And I was like, "Ah, see, it's them silly little drunken mistakes, man.
Yeah,
They're not the
yeah,
ones,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
They're the
No,
worst, man."
that's a really mature approach you got to it, bro. And
Yeah, just try
it's
and keep composure in there.
yeah. I mean, everyone's different. Everyone does their own thing. But you've heard it here, folks, right? From someone who's been in the industry well over a decade. Okay,
Yeah, keep
been
composure, man. It's a big thing. It's a
yeah, yeah,
massive thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Last thing you want to be doing is being on a big YouTube channel, drone chatting, babble
Yeah,
on an
yeah.
interview. Yeah, nah, that's not the one.
Cool. Right. So so this event happening Saturday the 16th of March at Le Pub in
Yeah,
Newport. It's free entry, so absolutely anyone can come along.
please come through. It'd be nice to see you all,
Yeah,
man.
this
100%. Especially because it's my first time headlining as well. So
it's your first time headlining.
yeah,
It's the first Larynx Entertainment event in
in Newport,
Newport,
yeah,
and it's got such a big lineup of
yeah. The
artists.
lineup's big, man. Fair
Yeah,
play.
13 different artists over 12 acts, bro.
Yeah.
It's
And do you
please,
know what? I've seen a few of these artists live previously.
yeah,
I'd highly recommend going to watch them, not even just because I'm on the
yeah,
event, but
bro.
if I wasn't on the event, I would be going to the event anyway,
Yeah, oh
just to
yeah,
watch some
100%.
of these artists.
100%. Yeah, I'm envious about anyone who goes.
Yeah,
Honestly,
man,
like
it
I'm
is.
gonna be running like I'm
You're
gonna
going to be
be
doing a lot behind the
I
scenes
know, so
nowadays,
much
so
media stuff, bro. Oh my
yeah.
days, photo shoots and everything. Like we're gonna have a quick little photo shoot after this now, just to get you some photos. I think I've asked you everything that I want to ask you in this episode. We have run over an hour a little bit, so I don't know how long this is actually going to be when it comes to editing. But it's fine, bro. It's no problem. We've it's just
Well, I
a lot of
just hope
footage.
that anyone watching this has got a bit of a better understanding of me as a person and as an artist and where I plan on going with things now, and
Okay,
like you get to see a bit of a different
who
side to
you
me other than
are,
yeah,
and
rather
yeah,
than just
okay,
it's all well and good hearing my music all the time, but I
yeah,
think like to understand a bit of the brains behind the operation is always a good thing as well. I love
yes,
watching podcasts. I love watching, especially
awesome,
artists that I
yeah,
listen to.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like to
yeah, yeah,
understand their
yeah,
thought process and how they how they
You
operate
pick up little
anyway.
pieces of information,
Yeah,
bro.
man,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
little things, the tiniest things sometimes, but they can help you massively. So
Sweet.
yeah.
So my last question, okay, and I've introduced this with my last guest, and it's something I'm gonna be bringing forward in every episode. The podcast is called the MF Podcast because of middle finger promotions. If you could give the middle finger to someone, who would you give it to and why?
Who would I give it to? Anybody who ever told me I couldn't be successful.
That's what the middle finger is,
Anybody,
bro.
man. Okay, yeah. Well, that's what it's about.
That's how we started,
I
bro.
couldn't. I
Yeah.
couldn't specifically say anyone. Do you know what? There was a teacher I remember telling me years ago. Yeah, she said you're gonna be, because I was like smoking weed and all. And I was young.
Okay.
She was like, with this attitude, you're just gonna be a bum. You're gonna end up with mental health issues.
Wow.
She probably went in on me bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, middle finger to you, because we're here. we're here now, and considering I didn't do so well academically,
Yeah.
I feel like the music's kept me going, and in years to come, hopefully, I can not so much put a middle finger up to you, but I can like maybe wave a mobile on screen and say,
Ah, yeah. There we
say,
go.
I
There
did
we
it.
go.
That'd be me, man. That'd be my middle finger.
Absolutely amazing.
No disrespect though. No, not disrespectfully, but
Some disrespect.
yeah,
Little bit of
it's not
disrespect.
so much disrespect, but it's like I told you so.
Yeah.
I knew,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I knew from school what I wanted to do, man. So I feel like I was adamant this was going to be
Oh
the
yeah,
career choice
yeah, bro.
from
I
young.
love putting stuff out and then seeing people who have been gassing and running their mouths. Like
Yeah.
they get real quiet, bro, because they
either they get really quiet or they suddenly become really respectful
oh yeah,
and really
yeah,
appreciative of what you do.
yeah. So
Some of my biggest supporters have been people who back in the
flip-flops.
day
Yeah, okay, yeah.
would have spoke down on me, like, and now it's like gone 360 and they're like, yes, bro.
Quite interesting. Okay, all right. I suppose there's a second chance for everyone, then, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you, Brogan, for coming on
Pleasure,
the show.
man. Thank you for having me.
Bro, this is gonna be a really, really good episode. I'm so excited for getting this edited.
I'm glad you've enjoyed having me, bro.
Thank you, bro.
100%, man.
Sweet. Okay, so you can check us out. You can help us out with the production, with the costs and things like that by checking out the Patreon page, which is www.patreon.com/TheSonney, where you can find a minimum subscription tier for £3, and every subscription from every person
You'll have
kind
to
of.
send me these links when I get to share in this myself as well, so I've got them for you.
Oh yeah,
Just link me up so I've got
yeah.
all your links as well.
Yeah, no, well, it all helps. It all helps towards the production of things. It pays for the electric. It pays for equipment. It pays for time and things like that. So it really all does help. But thank you for everyone who's tuned in today. Please remember to like and subscribe. That has been it from us. Peace.
Come on. Hey.